guys do realize that that's not a good thing. That's not a vacation, okay? You're not going to get a stimulus check. Not again. You're not going to get another one. It's not going to be another PPP loan sent to your ass, okay? It's not going to be a vacation, all right? It's not going to be a time for you to get summertime fine. It's not going to be time for you to just relax and chill. Our country is going down, all right? It's going down. You're not going to get shit. Better hope to God that our country doesn't shut down again. That you will be picking your own fruit. You will be picking your own fruit. Good percentage of y'all on this bitch talking about, hell yeah. Y'all motherfuckers ain't growing shit. You're not growing anything. Barely growing y'all own hair. But we know you're not making no gardens. We know you're not growing anything. Y'all probably not sewing. Y'all probably don't know how to make a loaf of bread. We know that you don't know any survival skills. Quit thinking that if our country shut down, that it's going to be a good thing. It won't be. This will not be a rebrand of 2020. This will not be a rebrand of 2020. This will not be a rebrand of 2020. Shit gonna look like Mad Max if our country shut down again.
It's not a matter of if, but when, or Slakia. Yeah, but when, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai and giving double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, hopefully elect. Your brother Overcall from Great Millstone, Orlando. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with this, 2 Edges 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And Lord willing, we're all that number. There's nothing that we can do because we're in a time now where people are prepping. All right. But as I always say, we're spiritual preppers. What are these people talking about? Buy your food, gun, ammo, so on and so forth. But it's going to be matter of fact, I'm going to go to this. Because again, there's nothing that we can do but just walk in Yahweh Shema Shai, trust the Lord. That's all we've got. That's our best bet. All right. And quite frankly, that's all we need, The Lord's been showing us this the whole time. Right. Where is that at? Oh, man. Bear with me real quick. It's either in Joel or Amos. Bear with me real quick. Because again, if everyone outside of the elect and they're talking about buying gun, food, ammo, they're carnally prepping, right? Well, we are spiritual preppers. And like the apparent Eve is going into, because these people, and that's why, the Spirit is going to have to be on us, with us, because being that we're a part of the system, right? We have to live amongst the system unless you're just one of those that, you really just, you're what they call a sovereign citizen and, or you're living off grid somewhere, right? But nevertheless, for the most part, we're all in this system. So for the most part, because not everybody knows how to fish. Not everyone knows how to gut a fish, clean a fish, cook a fish at that. Building tents, starting fires. A lot of brothers aren't, for the most part, skilled with that type of knowledge. That's why the Spirit is going to have to be on us again. All right, because everything is in this society is built off of convenience. So if you want something, you grab you something to eat, you can just go to a grocery store, right? Go to a fast food restaurant, right? But you best believe when that time comes and, and it's going to come in many forms, whether like we read about the different accounts, Habakkuk, how he teleported food to Daniel, ravens feeding our forefathers, all type of things, brothers, like I said, brothers don't know how to do certain things, but the Spirit is just have it to where you just wake up, right? I know Kung Fu, inside joke, right? You might just wake up to where, the Lord has it already programmed in your mind. You know how to hunt. Brothers that, never been hunting, but you just might just so happen to, wake up and you know how to hunt. Whatever the case may be, it could play out. It could play out a number of ways, you know. But that's the elect's fate. But these people, Amos 2 in verse 14. Therefore the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty deliver himself. So you see, there's no amount of prepping, carnal prepping that you could do that's going to deliver you out of the Lord's hand. It said, neither shall he stand that handleth the bow, and he that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself, neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. So you see, matter of fact, verse 16, and he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, saith Yahweh. So you see, no amount of gun training, you know, you got a lot of Edomites, you know, going to the gun range. They're getting ready, you know. That's one thing about Esau. He's getting ready. Jake is like the only people that are optimistic. It goes to show you how dumb Jake is. Here it is Esau. He knows this shit's getting ready to go down. He's pessimistic, right? But Jake is optimistic. It shows you again how dumb Jake is, you know. But with that being said, there's no amount of prepping that you can do. Now, of course, because you know, we show our faith by our works. So you know, there's nothing wrong with you know, because we're in the time, you know, brothers get knowledgeable about the herbs and things of that nature. All right, brothers, you know, try to stay physically fit as possible, you know, and of course, there's nothing wrong with those things. All right. But again, when the time comes and Jacob's trouble is fully immersed amongst the world, all right, you know, it's just going to get to the point where, hey, we're really going to have to walk by faith and not by sight. All right, because that's what it's going to come down to, is if Yahweh Shemar Shah is dealing with you or not. Because like I read in 2 Edges 16, going back to that, you know, again, these people, for the most part, they're used to the grocery stores. Everything's in the name of convenience. All right, peace and safety and that spirit of security, which is going to get these people destroyed, man, in the long run, because in order to keep these comforts and keep these conveniences and so on and so forth, ultimately you're going to have to take that MOTB. All right. But nevertheless, we haven't seen anything yet. You know, we haven't seen absolutely anything yet. Again, 2 Edges 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. You know, we're in a time now where, hey, man, people are just getting off in broad daylight, you know, and hey, man, it's going to get worse. You know, these demons, these spirits, man, they're getting activated more and more, man. These spirits of vengeance, you know, the scriptures talk about the love of many waxing cold, man, going into a cycle, man. It's just, man, it's an eerie feeling out here, you know. Real quick, Revelation 18. Now, this is the going into ultimately going into when America gets destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. But even before that, this has already taken place, because America is just one big mental health asylum, man. And, you know, these Babylonians, they're nothing but mental health patients without the meds. And I know I've worked in that field, and those are nothing but demons, man. I'm telling you firsthand, you know. Those are nothing but demons, but unclean spirits. And that's what America is, just one big cage of just unclean spirits. Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So just like I said, man, ultimately going into, you know, when America gets destroyed, nothing's going to be dwelling over here but, you know, unclean animals, all right, satires, screech owls, and things of that nature. But even before that, all right, even as we speak now, America's already just this place of just unclean spirits, all right, and more those spirits are getting activated, as I was saying, right. 2 Edges 16, again in 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. And you pay attention to how the Lord words things. All right. It said great death. All right. the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. Why? Because Esau, he's trying to orchestrate chaos, or he is orchestrating chaos. America is on a controlled demolition. A controlled demolition, but it's going to get to the point where even it's going to get out of his control. All right, because Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that's ultimately in control. You see, Esau, he's just trying to stir up enough chaos to where he can be justified in ushering in the order. But it's gonna get out of his hands because he ain't nobody. So that's why they're gonna stand in fear. It's at the beginning of evils, right? Bad times. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? And again, because Ezra is seeing this, whoever he is today, he's like, damn, like how Habakkuk said, Lord, I heard that speech and I was afraid. Provide thy work in the midst of the years. Like, Lord, when you let this come long after I'm gone. But likewise, Habakkuk, whoever he is today. But that's the difference because, of course, Ezra's Habakkuk, they're of the elect, but nevertheless, it's just the fact that they seen what's getting ready to come, man. They seen it. And it's like, man, what the hell? Because it's going to seem impossible. Like, damn, how am I going to get out of this? How's the Lord going to deliver me out of this way? The details are already worked out. The Lord's already got it worked out for his men. So, Lord willing, word that number, we ain't got nothing to worry about because Sirach 40:9, death, calamity, all these things, they were for the wicked. All right. That's why the Lord is dealing with us. He's chastening us now. So we don't have to be condemned with these people, man. Fuck these people, man. To help these people, to help this world. All right. But quite frankly, again, we ain't got to do nothing but just continue doing what we're already doing. It's just trusting in the Lord, And with that being said, because we have high expectations, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, we're supposed to, our expectation in Yahweh B'Shem Shai is supposed to be high. All right, but and it never stops. It never settles. Our expectation is only supposed to get higher. All right, but with that being said, it's going to require more faith. The higher the expectation, the higher the faith that is required. And this is why, again, the Lord more and more, he's putting us through what he's putting us through because, our faith has to get to a point, where we have to constantly level up in this thing because what's getting ready to come, there's going to have to be a certain spirit on us, man, because, boy, because, as the parent Eve, she's going into America. And we've been saying this, America is not going to recover from another shutdown. And that's what's in the talks as of right now, with the new world crisis, quote unquote. All right. The new virus boogeyman. Right. And America barely survived the first one back in 2020. All right. So, again, it's not a matter of if, but when America does go back down, when they shut things back down. All right. It's not going to recover to the point where, there's going to be it's just going to be a new system overnight, man. A new system. It's just going to be a new way of living. All right. Going to the prophecy, right? Revelation 13. And this is what we're seeing more and more with AI taking over, replacing hundreds of thousands of jobs, right? Again, going back to the whole lockdowns, the first set of lockdowns, a lot of the mom and pop businesses didn't recover. And the ones that barely made it, there's again, barely surviving, and those lockdowns, man, it did, if you're not within a certain bracket, then, you just became, because there's a thing of when you go into classism, basically the rich got richer, the poor got poorer. Because those first set of lockdowns, man, they almost completely eradicated the middle class. And this is what we're seeing more and more of. All right. You're either going to fall into one or two categories, the rich or the poor. And like it says in Revelation 13, I'm going to start at verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, this is just going into a particular system. All right. That when you read in verse 16, it said, and he causeth all, and as it's been broken down a million times, all right, this causeth, it said, and he causeth all, which goes into being set up to be made ready. All right. And this particular system, beast system, which if you're not a part of, like I said in verse 15, all right, if you're not down with the system, and the ultimate form of partaking in the system is going to be that MOTB. All right. And if you don't take that MOTB, all right, you're going to be killed, like I said, literally and spiritually. All right. Because we know the guillotines are coming back. And that's why this is going to be the hour of temptation, as the scriptures talk about. That's what, like it tells you, I will keep thee in the hour of temptation. That's going to come upon all the world. All right. It's going to have to be a certain spirit of resistance, which the elect already have the victory. All right. But the scripture, like it says, man, I will keep thee. That word keep goes into to protect, to guard. It's going to, again, we're going to have a certain spirit, man, to resist. All right. Because when that MOTB gets mandated, things are going to pick up even quicker. And so much that, hey, if the Lord doesn't come quickly, man, then there will be no flesh to be saved, man. We're all going to be through. Esau would have accomplished his new world order. We had to get translated out of here like Enoch, because again, it goes to show you how bad it's going to be. All right, because like Enoch, at that time, in the ancient world, Enoch, he was taken fairly young. All right, he didn't live more than 400 years, and again, at that time, that was fairly young. Because like the scriptures say, if it were possible, even the elect would be deceived, and that's why, again, the Lord is going to we have to get translated out of here like Enoch, man. All right. The Lord has to shorten the time. All right. Because if the Lord allowed us to continue to go on for another 100 years, man, we're eventually, even the elect would be overtaken eventually. So that's why the Lord, he has to speed things up, man. And, that's how bad it's going to get, and when that MOTB gets mandated, things are really going to speed up, man. Things are going to move hella quick. All right. To the point the Lord's going to really have to, speed this up. Revelation 13 and 16 again. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor. And like I said, going back to those lockdowns, man, you either fell into the category of the rich or the poor. Right. It said free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead or in their foreheads. So you see, man. All right. You fall into one or two categories. The rich got richer. The poor got poor. There is no in between. There's no middle class. And this is what we're seeing more and more over the years. The attack on the middle class. Completely do away with the middle class. And that's why Esau's getting fed up. All right. And I'm talking about the, regular, average Joe Smo, the regular Edomite. At one point they were living good, comfortable. Right. But now they're starting to feel what it feels like to be niggas, man. And he don't like that. And newsflash, I always say Esau, he's the original nigga anyways, So it's really just a thing of welcome home, you bitch, you. And this is why we see more and more, hey, Esau, he's getting ready, man, because he don't like that shit, He don't like that shit. You're falling into the poor class, the class of the poor. Esau, he's taken away from his own people. So what you think they're going to do? But it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, in order to partake in society, all right, you're going to have that see him. And this is all these events. One thing will and is leading to another. And eventually, again, that MOTB, man, there's a lot of shady things going on. All right. A lot of things being done behind closed doors, man. Just a lot of sinister things in play, man, and the Lord is with it. To an extent, because the scriptures say when it comes to Esau and his enterprise, the Lord's going to allow him to get to a certain point to where, because, Esau, he has a bound that he can't pass. All right. He has boundaries he can't pass. He can't cross. Because Esau, again, if the Lord allowed this madman to continue on, man, oh my goodness, So that's why, like I said, the Lord, because like the Apostle Tahar says, when it comes to the MOTB, it's not Esau's see hip. It's really the Most High. It's all his plan. So the Lord is going to allow Esau to get to a certain point. All right. But once he gets to that boundary that he can't cross, then, hey, that's it for him. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this. So this is the new talk of the town, right? You know, as the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. And we haven't seen nothing yet, man. All right. That's why the scriptures say, hey, get your house in order. All right. Get our houses in order, not to get too caught up into this, the entanglements of this life, because all this shit is about to change. Like I said, overnight, man, it's just, we're going to wake up one day. It's just going to be a completely new way of living. It's going to be a completely new way of doing things. Right. And again, going back to 2020, showed you how things can change overnight. There's going to be a new system. This is going to be a new way of living, a dystopian way of living at that. Second Edges 9. Second Edges 9 and 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. All right. So you see, it's going to be, again, like I said, the Lord's going to have to speed things up even more, because by the time that MOTB comes, there's going to be so much peril, so much danger. It's just going to be so bad out here. All right. Because we see this now, all the wicked devices. All right. The abominations and everything, wickedness is at an all-time high. Right. But even more so at the end of this, at the peak of Esau and the peak of wickedness. All right. The peak when it comes to these devices, that MOTB. And so much that the Lord's going to have to really speed it up, And hey, when that MOTB gets mandated, man, hey, I'm just speaking as a man, we could very well be out of here within a year, because, Esau, man, when it comes to these dystopian type of movies, these post-apocalyptic movies where it's just 20 years in the future, 50 years in the future, it's 2 generations down the line. Nah, man. All right, we're not going to be here that long. Again, we're going to have to get translated like Enoch, man, because eventually even the righteous, even the elect will be consumed. So things are really going to move quick, But Lord, one of this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.